So there you are, lying in bed after another long day working at the construction site or your job. Your phone is in hand, and you just give yourself to doom scrolling for a little while. Post after post, you can see the usual. People sharing their lives, funny memes, random videos. You pause on a video of someone's trips to Argentina, you can see bright streets, people dancing, smiling faces. That looks wild. They are all living exciting lives, or that is what it seems like. For some reason, you just want to check your own profile. Compared to everyone else, it feels plain. Nothing special, maybe? But you keep scrolling. Friends, co-workers, people you haven't talked in years. Suddenly, a high school classmate pops up in your feed. Paolo, someone you haven't thought about in years. He posted a video. He's holding a guitar. Him? Back in school, he couldn't play at all. He was the worst. Always messing up, always practicing after everyone else had left. You tap the video, but instead of laughing, you sit up. Because he is amazing. He shocks you. He does everything perfectly. You watch again, but you're stunned. How could he get this good? He must have worked at it for years. You said you would learn saxophone after graduating high school at some point, and then it hits you. It's been 10 years since then, waiting for the right time. You set your phone down and stare out of the window. The rain keeps falling, soft and steady. But now something stirs inside you. A thought, a question like, what have you done during this whole time? What if I just try? Is it too late? Even though you're tired, you can shake the feeling off. That night, even though you are sleepy, a small spark of inspiration lights up within you, and it's a strong feeling, so you just follow your guts. For hours you watch tutorials, sax players performing on stage, and you even look at cheap second-hand sax on sale on Facebook Marketplace. You are already imagining yourself playing some funk in the middle of your living room. Finally, you find someone selling an old saxophone online, so you make up your mind. In the future, you won't remember anything about the next day, only when you transact your savings to a random stranger for an old saxophone. Later, when you hold the saxophone in your hand for the first time, it feels heavier than you thought, but it's yours. You open the case, and you see it shining back to you. You lift it, adjust your grip, and when you touch it, it becomes personal. It's your baby. Your first sound? It's awful. It's not music, it's noise. Like a hurt animal. But you try again, and it doesn't get much better. Frustration creeps in. This feels way more challenging than you imagined. A neighbor knocks on your door, and he's not pleased and complains about the noise. You wonder if you will be able to practice at all. It is so noisy, it annoys everybody around you, and you think maybe you should take it back. But oops! Lucky for your future self, the guy who sold it to you will never return your messages, because he's now like in the Philippines or something. Now you're stuck with it, so you might as well give it a try. So you try again and again. Every day you make a little time for it. At first it's just noise, but slowly, after weeks of practicing along with YouTube tutorials, it starts sounding like music. You go out with your friends, and you tell them about the saxophone. They ask you to play a short piece for them. You hesitate, but finally agree. You mess up a lot, more than you expected. But it's okay, because you were very nervous. So that when you finish, your friends clap. Some of them are even surprised by your performance. For the first time, you feel like you're getting somewhere. Not because of their reaction, but because you realize you are improving. You have practiced short periods every day, and it's already being part of your daily routine. Months pass, and the awkwardness fades. Holding the sax feels, natural now. But out of nowhere, after almost a year doing the same things, the learning curve starts to slow down abruptly. Even when you show up every day, you don't get any better. So you just you're already here. You have seen improvement, so you decide to persist. You push yourself to attack what's holding you back. But you know that dealing with it yourself won't do much. You even sign up for free music lessons in your area. It helps. After 2 years go by, you're still there. Life hasn't stopped being hard. Work, bills, everyday problems, everything's still there. But now, so is your saxophone. You have met other musicians and even made a few good friends which you go out with and jam together every now and then. You improve along them, and it feels like your friendship has developed a special bond by learning together. One day in class, your music teacher announces a trip. A small group of students will play in South America. You can't believe it. But your excitement fades when you think about the cost. It feels impossible. You tell your friends expecting them to agree. Instead, they look at you and say, "We have to go, bro." You laugh, you laugh it off. But they are serious. They remind you how far you have come, how this is your chance, and you earn it by yourself. You feel proud of what you have accomplished. That night, you sit with your saxophone. You think about the day you bought it, the first awful sound, and everything you have learned since. What if you have never tried? What if you would stay in bed that night, scrolling past a guitar video? You smile. Because you know now, you found difficult moments in between, and moments you wanted to quit, but for unknown reasons you felt more resilience against quitting every time. You have persisted. Learning the instrument reward wasn't only about the music. It was about learning how to embrace change, how to convince yourself to start. Your neighbor knocks on your door just to congratulate you about how far you have progressed with your saxophone skills and how your music is part of their daily life as well. So you take the leap. You pack your saxophone, your clothes, and head to the airport. You're standing there with your passport in hand. You can hardly believe it. A random decision 2 years ago has brought you here. As the plane takes off, you wonder, what else is possible now? Yes, maybe you don't have the same savings as you had before, but now you know that it's more about the present than thinking about the future. In your trip, you have an amazing time with the friends you have made in your class by going to different countries, trying new food, and befriending amazing people. You learn some Spanish and even have a trip romance with a person you met in the beach. You meet great musicians who teach you a few secrets about the trade. You take as many photos as you can, and then you post them in your social media and realize how great experience you had. Now your profile looks more colorful, more alive. It doesn't mean that you have to post everything in social media, but for you it's very important because it represents how much your life has changed. Your money feels well spent, and you get to know yourself even more. When you get back, life keeps rolling all the same, but you feel different, and you're already thinking about your next trip. You think about taking more chances, and where could those send you next? Staying where you are is easier, safer, but it also means staying stuck. Taking a step, even a small one, can change everything. It's not just about who you are. It's not just about what you achieve. It's about deciding to move forward and keeping at it. That's how you shape your destiny.